Hey there, speculators. It's Rod, your Futures Fanatic. Welcome back to the channel here on YouTube. Futures Fanatic is part of TDG. That's the Traders Dev Group, providing education for active futures traders and self-directed investors. Want to remind everybody that this video and all the content I produce here on YouTube is for educational purposes. Please pause the video right here and read the risk disclosures and disclaimers. Okay, tonight, a quick review and some extra bonuses of Bulenox. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. If you remove the B and you use an M, Bulenox. Bulenox, yet another entrant into the futures funding world. And since they also use Rhythmic and predominantly NinjaTrader is the most popular Rhythmic connected platform, tonight what I'm also going to do, because I don't have a lot to review yet, I did sign up for the program. I'll tell you a little bit about that. But until I really get into it too much and get a sense for the customer service and then eventually pass the evaluation and get access to their funded documents, I won't have a lot to review because essentially their program is pretty similar. It's pretty similar to Apex, it's pretty similar to Lilu, it's pretty similar to UProfit, to many others that I talk about here on the channel. But why not diversify and have as many opportunities as we possibly can? So we're going to talk about Bulenox, and then I'm going to specifically show you how you can connect to Rhythmic. In other words, go through the first setup with Rhythmic. Again, Bulenox and all these firms provide you good detailed instructions, but I still get a lot of questions on how to do that. And then I'll show you how to set up a connection on NinjaTrader. We'll go through all of that here on this video. So real quick, it's bulenox.com. That's the website. And my first impressions is I think that whoever behind this might not be native English speakers. There are some typos. There's a little bit of weirdness. It's not the greatest website in terms of describing the programs, but if you're familiar with how these programs work elsewhere, you should be able to orient yourself pretty quickly. So what I find to be the most useful review of the program is to actually just go over to the Help Center instead of staying on the main page. This will go through everything that you need to know about what they call the Qualification Account. They have two different options. They have a no scaling trailing drawdown, which would look a lot like Apex and how Lilu works now. That's the program that I selected. If you follow here on Futures Fanatic channel, and if you don't, hit the like button if you dig this kind of content. Subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, hit all the buttons. You know what to do. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't dig this content. But we'll go into all these topics in a lot more details in 2022 because I'm finding that this is really one of the most fantastic opportunities. I've been trading the futures markets for over 27 years. And while some of you are haters, some of you are lovers, everyone's got an opinion. I think that on an overall basis, all these programs are a fantastic way for newer traders to learn about the futures markets, learn about risk-adjusted returns, have an actual goal, have their risk set for them, etc., etc. So I won't go into what the difference between these two mean, but if you know, you know. If you prefer an end-of-day drawdown with a little bit of a scaling plan and a daily loss limit, you'd select option 2. If not, you select option 1. The only other thing I can see that's different, really, is that they $75 reset instead of an $80 reset. It's $99 at TopStep. It differs at various places. But essentially, the account sizes are the same. The risk is essentially the same. The objectives are the same. So not a lot other to comment on there other than I am in the program. It was my first day trading. Had a decent first day trading. I'm only going to trade micros, which brings me, I'm not exactly sure if they allow you to trade the exact same amount of micros that would be equivalent to the minis. I couldn't find that on the website or on the Help Center. By the way, if you've used Bulenox or if you're further along in this journey, please leave a comment down below. In fact, leave a comment about anything if you'd like, as long as it's related to this content. If you've used Bulenox or if you have an opinion on them or have any additional insight, please leave a comment below. We'll start the thread there. All right, that's it for my review. Again, not much of a review other than just bring it to your attention. Also, if you check below, there is a discount they're running right now. If you use my code SAVE with TDG, you can get 55% off any program for the lifetime of your subscription except for the $250 one, and that will also qualify you for a very limited time to trade with me live in my trade room for free for at least a month, maybe a little bit longer into 2022. So check that link below. And if you haven't signed up for any of these programs, I'm not saying this is necessarily better than any of the others. Those are the questions I get. In fact, I don't have direct experience with this. But you could start with this. 55 is one of the biggest discounts I have seen. And as you'll see in this video in just a moment, I'll show you how to get all set up. So let's just jump right in to how you actually set up your Rhythmic connection. Rhythmic is a data feed that's confusing to a little bit of people. So we're going to jump into that right now. Okay, Bulenox, like many of the other funding programs, does require Rhythmic. So you're going to go search for Rhythmic TraderPro download. You can also just look at the information sent. And yes, it does start with YY. And yes, it does look quite this bad. So you're going to go ahead and hit RTraderPro. Go ahead and download it. It's an MSI file, a Windows installer package. So pretty sure you can only run this on Windows. So I'm going ahead and downloading this. I already have it on this machine, so it's going to ask me if I want to replace it, which I'll say yes in just a moment. So it's asking me if I'd like to replace it on this machine. I said yes. You're going to go through the prompts. First thing, you just agree to their software license agreement. This is all pretty standard stuff. And then we'll wait for a moment while it downloads. I think I paused the video here so we don't waste too much time. All right, we're going to go ahead and launch it. So we're on like a 17 dot release version right now. It'll look like this. This is a little different than what things have looked like in the past. There's two different areas, orders and market data. For right now, we're going to log into both. So I'm going to go over to Bulenox and grab my username and password, my Rhythmic account information. This will also be sent to you via email. And again, this process is the same with many of these other firms, Lilu, Apex, Earn to Trade. If you're going to be using NinjaTrader, you're going to have to first go into RTrader here and log in and accept these agreements, which you'll see in just a moment. So I'm putting in the user ID that was generated, and then I go and grab the password, and I'm going to cut and paste the password into Rhythmic as well, the Rhythmic login. The rest should default to what you see there, which is Rhythmic Paper Trading and Chicago area. If you don't see that, make sure you select Rhythmic Paper Trading and Chicago area. I think Chicago is best. You can also say remember me if you want to remember the settings. I chose not to do that for the purposes of this video. You'll be prompted with this the very first time you do it. You only have to do this once. So we're going to agree to the market subscription agreement. I think you have to scroll down to the bottom before it's going to allow you to agree. So if you can't sleep, pause the video, read all that, or read it when you're going through this on your own. And then you have to declare yourself as a non-professional. So you want to make sure you read that. Click non-professional, hit submit, and you're kind of good to go. You can then close that portion, and it will launch what Rhythmic Trader will look like going forward. Again, software looks like it was coded, and the icons are from 1990. Yes, this is really the current state of this software. So some of the firms have their own custom trader dashboard, but this is what the default trader dashboard looks like. You're going to bring up this. Now, what I like to do is remove a ton of these columns, because the most important thing, in my opinion, is to know what your maximum drawdown is and kind of where you're at just in your account balance. Again, you're not going to probably have to come into Rhythmic too often. So I go to add and remove columns by right clicking, and then I'm just going to start to uncheck a lot of these. So I'll uncheck, I think, about 20 or 30. Cash on hand is not important. You want your net liquidity. So I'm turning off all of these. You'll see what I end up with in just a moment. Again, if you want to look at them very carefully and decide whether you want to still have this information, as you become a more experienced trader, you can decide if some of this stuff is important to you. But I assure you that all the stuff around equity options commissions don't even apply. There'll be no equities. There's no options. There's none of that going on. So really, the most important stuff is there at the end, which is the auto liquidate threshold. You're going to want to know what your auto liquidate threshold is at all times. And then that's what my cleaned up version is. Make sure that you do not, and you can drag and drop the columns here as you see, but make sure you do not, this is really important, close this window or any window until you have saved changes, or in my case, what I'm going to do is just go back to the main area, and I'm just going to X out of it, and it'll ask me if I'd like to save it. And I say save the current settings and hit OK, and then we're good to go. All right, after you get Rhythmic, the agreements set up, and you clean up Rhythmic a little bit if you'd like in terms of the columns, next thing to do is to get into NinjaTrader. So Bulenox, I'm going to keep laughing at myself if I'm saying that wrong. Bulenox, the big B. Their login here is very, very simplified. So you'll see from others a little bit more detail here, but you just click on the free NinjaTrader license key. Again, this video won't go into everything that they send you in an email with full instructions on how to do this, but hopefully this will be a little helpful. So you're just going to cut and paste, grab this license key. It's a free license key that they provide you with. And then you're going to want to download NinjaTrader. Again, they'll provide a link to do that. I have many instances of NinjaTrader here already. So what I'm going to do is just go into my my VPN here. And when you fire up Ninja, your instance of Ninja, if it's the first time you've ever logged into NinjaTrader, is going to look very different. You're only going to have this control center up here. So the control center will be pretty limited to just that information right there. Excuse me, just to this control center right here. But what you're going to first want to do is take that license key, the free license key. You're going to go to help. You're going to go to license key, and then you're going to put it right in here. Now, in some instances, I don't know about Bulenox, but Bulenox. Every time, Bulenox, eggnog. I don't know about these guys, but most of the others have a link where you can download Ninja with the key, I think. But anyway, this is a good process to know. You're just going to go to help, the license key. This is an actual license key that I'm going to blur out because it's a live license key that I have for multi-broker license. But you want to pop that in there, hit OK, and then you're good to go. You got your Ninja set up, and then the next thing we need to do is go and add our connection so that we can log into data. And now we're going to set up a connection. This is the same way you'd set up any kind of Rhythmic connection for any of the funding partners, funding firms that use the same protocol or approach, and that includes just about all of them. So we're going to go ahead and hit connections. You're going to hit configure, and you're going to want to find Rhythmic. You can double click on that or hit add. I like to name my connections something specific to the firm that's providing the connection. So in this case, I'm going to say Bulenox. Don't hit connect on startup. It's not a good procedure. And then what I'm going to do is come over to back to my, where is it? Here, right here. And I'm going to go to here. And again, I'll blur this out, but I'm going to grab my username and pop that in there. Got to go back to keep finding NinjaTrader again. So I'm going to go put my username in there right here, and then I'm going to go grab the password. If you're going to cut and paste, make sure you cut and paste it exactly without any spaces or anything like that. A space can kind of mess you up, and put that in there. And then the default, I believe, is to Rhythmic 01 Chicago. You do not want that. You want Rhythmic Paper Trading Chicago. Rhythmic Paper Trading Chicago. So again, you click on configure. You're going to add Rhythmic, not Rhythmic for Ninja Brokerage, Rhythmic. Add or double click. Name it to the connection name you want. Put in the credentials that were provided by the firm. And then you're going to hit apply, and you hit OK. And then now we'll have some connections here. So what I'm going to do now is I'd log into Ninja. By the way, if this is your first time logging into Ninja, your workspace will look very different than this. You'll just have a workspace here with a lot more columns that are the default columns. I sort of cleaned mine up. So now let's go ahead and log into Bulenox. Little green light means it's good to go. Going to give it a little second to come up and calculate the T-line and the average true range for each 7-day period. And we should be kind of good to go. In other videos I talk about, I just did a video actually, the one prior to me posting this one. I'll put a little link to it or call it out here to the video that I did on configuring this market analyzer that we have going on here. All right, that'll be it. That's it for how to set up Rhythmic and how to set up Rhythmic on Ninja and how to get going with a brand new funding partner here, Bulenox, the big B. Okay, there you have it. Exactly how to set up Rhythmic your first time. Again, you only have to do that the first time. You have to agree to the different agreements in there. And now you're set up on with a connection to NinjaTrader. And if you have decided to sign up for this and check some of the descriptions below, or also leave a link in the first comment that I'll pin there, you can come over into our prop promo program and come into our trade room as early as tomorrow. As long as you are involved in one of the programs, that's how you get the most out of it. That'll be it for tonight. Bulenox, the latest futures funding program for your consideration. We'll see you at the next video. Stay green, trade like you mean it. Thanks.